Seconds.
Hello, and welcome back to Fractured. This is episode 9. Today we're working on the Jousting arena. And you might be wondering, what does all of that ocean monument rating have to do with the Jousting arena? Well, I'll show you. This is where I plan to put the Jousting arena. There's a lot of water. So we need to do something about it. And to do something about it, I mean, there's a bunch of ways, but the easiest involves sponges. Lots and lots of sponges. We didn't actually need this many, but we were having fun. So, yeah. We just kind of kept going, and now we have more sponges than I actually really know what to do with, but I'm sure that this will be appreciated by the server. Other people will probably need sponges soon. Yeah, the first thing we need to do is finish what I started earlier, go in and remove a bunch of the grass and stuff. Then we can place a bunch of sand, and then we can use the sponges to clear up all the water, and then we'll have lots and lots of space to work. Which is going to be necessary because this thing is got to be at least 80 blocks long. Yeah. Luckily, I have a conduit just over there, so I don't have to worry about water breathing or anything. I just have to worry about the pufferfish that keeps swimming up and trying to poison us. I'm not a fan of being poisoned. Just saying. We are going to need a ton of sand to drain that area. Luckily, Sayo has this really fun little shop, which I may have shown before, I'm not sure. Ghost is tending bar behind there. There's some interesting patrons. I wouldn't want to get in a fight with that guy. It seems like he could just rip your arms off. Anyways, I'm going to buy out a lot of this sand. I did eventually realize there's a much simpler machine that I should be using. I didn't invent this. So there's a piston this way. It's just going to push anything that's here going that way. There's an observer behind it. And when you set it up, you put a space and then another observer. If you just place the observer directly, they're going to trigger each other and they'll go click, 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 click. And that's pretty decent. But if we push it in, if we push that second observer in, then they go like double the speed for some reason. So that's why this is set up this way. This is kind of neat. You can see in the shadow that it's piling up the sand. This is what happened with almost 4 full shulker boxes of sand. I'm gonna need more. I'm gonna need a lot more. I decided to do a quick test to see how much faster it would be to use sponges to clear out the sections if I made like little squares instead of trying to do a whole strip, and it's so much easier. But unfortunately, that means I have to place more sand. So I'm less thrilled with that, but such is life. I have the space cleared out to do the Jousting arena. And, you know, logically, the next thing to do would be to do the Jousting arena. But I think we're not going to do the Jousting arena this episode. We're just going to do the Jousting arena. Yeah, that wasn't actually very helpful or meaningful. Let's try again. So, we have the space to do the full jousting arena now, and that's great. But I don't want to do the full arena. I want to do just the jousting grounds themselves right now, because I've already spent so long on this. I don't want to make you wait forever while I finish all the decorating stuff, because that's going to take a while. I spent a bunch of time getting some more librarians to get some books that I needed. I've got a couple more to go, but in the meantime, I did get all the books that I need for my tridents, finally. So these ones already had impaling on them. I'm not worried about it, because the point of the game is not to hurt the other person. The point is to hit their boat. So the fact that it has impaling is kind of irrelevant. What we need is loyalty 3, unbreaking 3, and mending. Mending and unbreaking 3 are just so that we don't have to constantly go get more tridents. Just a little bit easier to keep the game going. So I am going to, at some point, enchant a few more of these so that we have extras as backup. But in the meantime, we have the tridents we need. So I figured out the jousting field, and it's got just this base layer underneath it. I used the easy place mode just to do this because, I mean, it's a base layer. None of this is going to be visible. It's just so that building is a little bit easier and I'm less likely to keep falling off. So yeah, the rest goes above this. This actually probably should have just been deep slate as well, but I didn't do it properly when I was setting up the schematic, so yeah, such is life. Anyways, I'm gonna start actually building. I have finished following through with what I've designed on the schematic. It's a very simple design, so it's not like it took a long time, but it took a little bit of experimentation just to figure out the right length and stuff and how hard it was going to be. I still need to add some sort of end cap here so that when you come flying down this way, you don't just fall off into a pit. That would be very inconvenient for going for another pass. So yeah, the red terracotta is just to give some sort of sense of distance, I guess. Like when you're actually in a boat and racing down here, it's hard to remember how far you've gone. It's easy to lose track. I also need to add some slabs along here to smooth this out. So it's going to be a nice sort of gradual transition up. Not going to be hopping everywhere. And as I'm sure said many times, this side is going to be the viewing gallery and all of that. So I'm going to deal with that in a later episode. There's already been a lot. So yeah, let's finish off the end cap and finish off these, the slabs, and then see, I guess, if anybody wants to come test it out with us. That should be fun.
Oh, yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
You're going to need this.
Trident.
And this.
I am?
Yes. And now you need to come with me.
Okay, can I dump some stuff off in my chest that's up there?
Okay. All right. So if we were doing this properly, we would follow this path down, but there's a lot of stuff that's not built, so we can just go down here.
Oh.
So we're going to try jousting.
All right. I'll go down on this side.
Yeah. And so the idea is that you aim your boat very slightly towards the fence.
Okay.
Because the boat will keep going the direction it is facing, not the direction you are facing. So by pointing it at the fence, you're gonna stay in your lane. And the idea is we're trying to hit each other's boat and knock each other's boat out.
All right. So we need to try this, right?
Yeah. So we'll count down 3, 2, 1, go. We'll go on go. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, oh. All right, I'm
All
ready.
right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, nice hit.
Woohoo!
Nice hit. That's tough.
That is tough.
I like it.
I think this will be fun.
I think so too. I think this could be a lot of fun. I like it a lot.
Excellent. Woo! I'm
Cool.
glad it finally worked. It took a lot more passes than I was expecting for one of us to
Well,
finally get a hit.
It's mostly about understanding the timing of when to release the trident because there's that slight delay.
It took me a little bit, but I did eventually figure out the redstone. Redstone is not my forte, but this was fairly simple. And I am learning it. I'm getting better as I go. So, you know, I think what I'll do, rather than trying to explain all of this in this video, I don't think that would be of interest to much of the audience. And there are other people who would be interested in it, but wouldn't be interested in the rest of what's gone on in this video. So I'll just do it as a separate thing. And then if anybody wants to build their own jousting thing, they'll have all of the information about how I did mine. I am sure there's better systems. I'm just putting it out there. But anyways, so the way this works, set your boat down here. The gravel is there to make it easy to sort of point yourself. And then you kind of row into the corner. You push the button. You charge your trident. And there's nobody at the other end. But, you know, they will be there. Let's go sleep and then I'll jump down to the other end and we'll be able to see what happens. Here we are down at the other end. Get in the boat. Push forward. Push the button. And start rowing again. Actually, charge. Then start rowing. And shoot the trident at the other player. Or more accurately, at their boat. And that's basically it. It's a really simple setup in the end. Now, the fences are going to be changed out. They don't look quite right. And also the buttons are basically invisible. Stone buttons were not the right choice here. So what I'll probably do is make sure that the buttons are the same material as the fence. They'll show up a lot better. And yeah, that's it. So we need to give this a try. All right. So you've got a choice. We can go in sort of the boring way, or we can go in the more interesting intended way.
I want to see the intended way because I have not. Sorry, I have not seen that yet.
Cool. Okay. So there's still some more work to do here. The boring way, we just jump over the side and fly over. But there is a path down, and that's where we're going to go. But Ghost is also going to be building a parkour course.
Ooh.
And we're going to call that the Path of Champions. So that's going to be part of the fun of attending the event, is, you know, trying to get through the parkour course to get there instead of taking the path.
That sounds fun.
I thought so. And the fact that we've got just the basic path is to make up for the fact that neither Ghost nor I are very good at parkour. We want to be able to get in too. So this still needs a bunch of decoration.
Right.
But there's going to be like a little entry area here and stuff. This pile of junk is going away. Here's, if we were going up to the amphitheater, we'd go in here and, you know, put our stuff in barrels and stuff. And then there's this little workshop here. And the story that I'm going with, like the story that appeared in my head, was that the jousting is an underground thing. It's the participants of the games themselves decided they wanted something that was just for them. So it's literally underground. The island is going to completely cover it. And then it's also underground in the sense of being like, you know, they bet on it and stuff.
Yeah.
That's why it's hidden behind a storeroom.
Ooh.
So obviously a lot of decorating stuff to do, but it's functional. And whenever you're ready, press the button.
All right. Damn, I forgot how to use a trident.
I think after doing it
There's
this many
the boat.
times, I would have figured out how to get better at it, but
Nope.
I'm not actually expecting to win any of the games that I host here.
But you're designing them and making sure they work.
I'm just having fun with them.
Ooh. Oh!
You got me.
Wait, yay!
Woo!
No idea how many tries that took, but that was fun.
Excellent. And there we go. We now have a jousting setup, which I don't know if anybody else has ever done this. I mean, it seems like a fairly obvious idea, so I expect that somebody has, but I've never seen it done. So I'm going to take some credit for being inventive, along with Ghost. The two of us together invented it. But yeah, jousting is really, really fun. I highly recommend it. Like I said, I'm going to do another video just going through all the mechanical aspects of it, just in case anybody wants to put it onto their own world or server or something. We are going to include this in our games when we open the amphitheater, and that is going to come soon. I still have some decorating to do, but I don't think there's any more events. It's just decorations. So we're going to have another building episode, and hopefully that one episode will be enough to finish off what we need to finish off before the opening games. Before we wrap this up, I would love to know if any of you have any suggestions on how to make this better. One obvious suggestion would be to have lights that come on when the buttons are pushed, so that you know when the other person has pushed the button. That's one thing that we found with all the playtests. It would have been very convenient. Yeah. Anyways, if you have any other suggestions, I would love to hear them. Please give me your suggestions if you have them. Anyways, that's going to do it for this time. As always, thank you for hanging out with me. And remember to look after yourself. And just as a public service announcement, don't forget, otters, like bears, are friend-shaped. They're a different shape of friend than bears, but still friend-shaped. And like bears, otters are far away friends, okay? Don't go hugging otters unless you know you have permission, and yeah, just be friends with them from a little bit of a distance. Otters can be very, very pointy. Thanks for watching. Bye!